Hello there. Hi. I meant to do this a couple of days ago, but it's been crazy busy. My son has a birthday this week, and I've been filling in for people at work, and wow. Hi there. It's Margot here. And so I'm back with a weigh-in. It was a little disappointing, but not so bad. I was down 0.2. So I'm weighing every 5 days, not every 7 days, in my quest to lose 10 pounds. I'm down 0.2, so I think that brings me to 4.4 now? 4.4 pounds down in 15 days, which isn't bad. I didn't do anything crazy this week. It's just that it's what they call in Britain Star Week. Of course, here in the United States, we call it Shark Week. I think you know what I mean. So the fact that I'm down at all, I was fine with, because I was having headaches and bloating and blah. So it's fine. I had some stuff to share with you, but I had a few requests for people to show a day of food along with Smartpoints values. So we're going to do that today. This is a very normal day of food. This is the day I did yesterday. And it was really funny. I was trying to do the thing where you're videotaping as you're showing the food, but it is, again, it's so loud in my house that you wouldn't have been able to hear anything over my kids and my husband, and we're dog sitting. And so here I am in the car, but we can go through the day. So the first thing I've been having in the morning, and this is early in the morning when I get up, is I've been doing bulletproof coffee, or at least my version of bulletproof coffee. Not quite as pointy as the real version. I use a little less butter, a little less oil. I think I use like about 1.5 teaspoons each of coconut oil and grass-fed butter. And I use 2 scoops of collagen peptides, which supposedly has like 20 grams of protein in it. So I blend that in my blender with the hot coffee, and I drink it out of the my mason jar. I don't know why. I don't have to drink it out of a mason jar. I just think it's fun to do that for some reason at that hour in the morning. So that's the first thing I have after I have my water and my vitamins. And that is 6 Smartpoints. And it keeps me going. You know, the protein and the fat really keep me going until I have time to stop for breakfast, which isn't until after I take the kids to school. So, you know, because I'm rushing around in the morning, I don't have time to sit down and have breakfast. So that bulletproof coffee, although it is 6 Smartpoints, and that might sound like a lot to some of you for coffee, it really lasts me until after I get everything done and the kids off, and I get back home in the morning after my little walk, my morning walk. And it really lasts a long time. So I usually have that at like 5:30 in the morning, and I have breakfast usually at about 8:30 at the earliest in the morning. So that's the first thing I had. And then, so when I got home from my walk and taking the kids to school and all of that, then I had a really yummy breakfast. I think I shared this recipe with you guys before. These are the famous banana pancakes. And what it is, it's 1 banana, 2 eggs, 2 whole eggs. And again, you blend them up in the blender and they cook up just like pancakes. They're sort of like crepes, right? But it makes a big plate. As you can see here, the Altoids box is just for scale because it's a full-size dinner plate. It's not a salad plate. That's a big plate of pancakes. And I'm having it with, so it's 4 Smartpoints, and it's actually, those are Simply Filling if you're a Simply Filling person. So again, it's 1 banana and the 2 eggs, and you put it in the blender, and yeah, look how great it cooks up. And I had it with some blackberries, and then I also, for some reason, I wanted like a little more or something, and so I took, I can't remember now if it was 1 or 2 Smartpoints. It should be on the picture there. I took some of the Simply Fruit blackberry flavor, I think, the Simply Fruit blackberry, and I melted it in the microwave, and then I used that sort of like as a syrup, and I poured that over, because I don't like a lot of syrup. I'm not like really a syrup person, but I wanted just a little something extra with my pancakes and blackberries, and that was delicious. That is also really protein packed, and it stayed with me for a really long time. So that was like another 5 or 6 Smartpoints. Then my son had to go back to my son's school because he was having his school, their jogathon yesterday, and so I went and did the jogathon with him, which was great. It was actually quite a workout. I went in lieu of going to the gym, and I got my 10,000 steps. I was done with my 10,000 steps by like 11 o'clock in the morning. And when I got home, I was pretty hungry and thirsty. So I had some water, and I had this watermelon that I was probably going to throw out pretty soon anyway. This watermelon I had for a snack. Of course, it's 0 Smartpoints because all fruit is 0, which is great. And then for lunch, I had, this recipe is delicious, by the way. I had this lasagna. This is a slow cooker lasagna. The recipe is on the Weight Watchers app. And again, I'm not here representing Weight Watchers, okay? They're not paying me to talk about them. But this recipe is amazing. The original recipe as it is on the app, it's a slow cooker lasagna recipe. So you can just throw everything in the slow cooker. You don't have to cook the noodles ahead of time. Super simple. And the original recipe calls for ground beef. And I've made it like that with the ground beef. It's yummy. 1/6 of the recipe, which is a very large portion, is 10 Smartpoints. But I didn't have ground beef this time. So I made it with turkey. Ground lean turkey, which brought the Smartpoints down to 7 Smartpoints for the serving. And my family actually said they like the turkey better. I kind of like it better too. It's not as rich. And so I had that the night before that. So this is leftover lasagna, which is 7 Smartpoints. And then I've got 2 cups of salad greens with 1 Smartpoints worth of Ken's Light Balsamic Vinaigrette salad dressing. Try saying that 5 times fast. And then, okay, so then I was running around. I was running errands. I was at the Japanese, not Daiso, but I have a lot of Japanese supermarkets and markets where I live, which is awesome. Great vegetables. I get the best stuff there. But I must have waited a little too long to eat. And I'm a sucker for packaging. I admit it. I'm a sucker for packaging. And they had these adorable little candies. They were like slightly larger than a Rolo. And if you know, you can roll a Rolo to your palate, remember? So a little bit bigger than that, but about sort of looking like that. And it was chocolate on the outside, and it was like creamy white chocolate on the inside. But it was wrapped up to look like a cute little baby chicken. So cute. And it jumped into my cart. And they were like $2 for this big bag. And I had run the Smartpoints on it, and they were a good size candy for 2 Smartpoints each. And I was like, well, that's not bad. 2 Smartpoints each. So I had 2 of them for a snack. And they're so cute. Like the cute wrapper added to the experience is what I told myself. And so I bought them. And I had 2 of them for 4 Smartpoints for candy. Not the best snack in the world in the afternoon. But here's the thing. I'll tell you what happened. Later after dinner, which I'll get to in a second. Later after dinner, dang if I didn't want more of those candies. So I was like, you know what? I can't have these in the house. These cannot be in my house. And so I just threw them away. Because I thought, you know what? Why did I buy these? I don't want to be eating these. I frankly don't want my children to be eating these. Nobody should be eating these. No, if I was at somebody's house or something and they gave me a couple, I'd be like, oh, that's so cute. But to buy a big bag of them, Margot, really? So I threw them away. Because I could see they were the devil. These are the devil candies. Yeah. But anyway, I had 2 of them for 4 Smartpoints. And it was worth it for 2 Smartpoints, but it was not worth it for the sugar cravings that I then had for the rest of the evening. Even though I had a very yummy dinner. And I forgot to take a picture. I ate it before I remembered about taking a picture of how it looked plated up. It looked really good. So I didn't have a lot of time for dinner. I didn't want to stop and buy something on the way home. I had this sauce that I bought a while ago, not like last week. It's a Campbell's. It's made by the Campbell's soup people. And it's chicken pot pie sauce. And the sauce says you can use it in the oven. I actually threw it in my Ninja cooker because my boneless, skinless chicken breasts were frozen solid as a rock. So I threw the frozen chicken in there, and I think I threw some frozen vegetables in. I had a bunch of vegetables that I had to use them or lose them. I had string beans and carrots and potatoes. I'll tell you about the potatoes in a second. Potatoes and broccoli and zucchini. And I threw all of that in the Ninja, poured the sauce over it. 35 minutes later, I had this delicious, basically like a crustless chicken pot pie. For altogether, it was 4 Smartpoints with the sauce and the chicken and the little bit of potato that was in there. And then I had it with a slice of gluten-free toast, which was 3 Smartpoints. But let's talk about the potatoes, because if I had just cut up a raw potato and threw it in there, I don't think it would have cooked. Even though the frozen chicken breast cooked really nicely, I don't think the potatoes would have cooked. And this is my lovely potato secret. I don't know if I've shared it with you before. So I love baked potatoes, but when you microwave baked potatoes, they get all dried out and mealy, and I just can never summon the enthusiasm for microwave baked potatoes. Somebody a long time ago told me that if you take the potatoes and you wrap them in foil and you put them in the slow cooker on low overnight, they cook beautifully. So they don't get dried out. You can then, if you want to, so here's what I do. I do a whole bunch of them at once like this. I put these in a bowl in my refrigerator, and they're not dried out. They're not mealy. They are lovely, like oven roasted potatoes. And even after I heat them in the microwave, if I zap them for like 40 seconds, I have these beautiful potatoes. So those are what I cut up and put in the crustless chicken pot pie. And the other thing about the potato thing is that I can't even tell you how many half full bags of potatoes I've thrown away, because my family are too lazy to zap a baked potato in the microwave. They don't want to spend the 6 minutes it takes to make the microwave. But when I do it like this and put it in the slow cooker, all of a sudden they go flying out of the fridge. I haven't thrown away an empty bag since I started doing this technique. So then you always have pre-cooked potatoes on hand that you can use in omelets or whatever you want to do. They're just as a baked potato, they're delicious. What did I say? That was like 7 Smartpoints for dinner. And so altogether it was, I think, 31 Smartpoints. I'll check my math on that, but I'm pretty sure it was 31. So that's a very typical day for me. Maybe not the candy. I probably would have had like some other kind of like some yogurt or something. I really regret the candy, but it's gone now. That's what I learned, is I can't buy, it doesn't matter how cute the package is. It can't come in my house. This is what I learned. But 31 Smartpoints, that's a very, very typical day for me. Plenty of vegetables, 2 servings of fruit just at breakfast, with the banana and the berries that were on top of the pancakes. And yeah, it was pretty good. Lots of protein. I didn't have too much like highs and lows with my hunger. And instead of having more candy after dinner, then I had, so I threw the candies away, and then I made myself a cup of tea. I bought, who makes it? That Zen Gypsy? I think that's what they're called. They have a chocolate chai tea. So I had that instead of the chocolate candies, which I had thrown away. And I threw them outside, just outside. I just had to get them out of the house. So yeah, I'll be back with my next weigh-in, which will be actually pretty soon. It'll be sooner than 5 days, because the weigh-in was day before yesterday. And I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye.